It's Tuesday, the 14th day of September. Welcome to the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communication, and Linda's. I'm Michaela Ian, along with our guest host, Phil Trott, and Leanna Lambert will be with us a little bit later to bring us the latest in her news break. Happy Tuesday, and welcome back, Phil. How you doing?
Well, here, I'm still trying to figure everything out. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Amateur Hour.
Well, I see you figured out that little noise that was going on just now.
Yeah. We'll get it. I think we're gonna be all right though.
Yeah? You did great yesterday, and I think that the audience let Phil know, give him a little validation.
Well, Jamel sent me a strongly worded voice note.
A strongly worded voice note.
He deducted me 2 bottles of Heineken.
I doubt that is true. I doubt that is
Speaking
true.
Speaking of the audience, though, they were very supportive of the way of your professionalism yesterday, dealing with the boys.
Listen, and it continued. It continued because I had like 2 other meetings, and it continued.
Oh my gosh! For
the rest of the day, and so I was just like, you know what? It's what it is. This is what I got to do right now. So,
right from home.
Listen. It is what it is. So how was your evening? Anything interesting? No?
Well, no, nothing really interesting, but I gotta say this, man. To everybody watching, this is work. Like I'm trying to come on the show, and I'm trying to be prepared, and I'm trying to make sure I don't say anything stupid, and I'm trying to I'm up late. I'm supposed to be off this week. I was up late studying.
I see via your emails and the timestamps where I was in La La Land.
I'm like, this is work, man, and this is not even the 7:00 show.
No, listen, shout out. And this is the thing, like, it's a lot of fun. We obviously enjoy bringing this to the audience every day, but no one should get it twisted. This is definitely work. And like, I like to decompress with a little glass of wine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So yesterday evening, it was actually cool. It was the first time in a long time that I have felt cool in the evening. So I had a nice dinner at Wahoo's, had a nice glass of Pinot Noir, haven't had red wine in months. And it was just like, it was glorious. Slept with the covers. Like, I was like, yes.
Oh, yeah, the AC on brick.
It was nice and cool. Like, I was here for it. So, I'm looking forward to the cool weather. So good morning, everyone. And thanks for making us a part of your daily routine. We have another good one today, as we have Sadea Dale and Allison Tucker from the city of Hamilton, who are going to be talking to us all about the Taste of Bermuda drive-in experience. The daily play is a remember when, so Phil gets one more chance to try to stop me, because we see how he did not do that yesterday.
I was caught off guard yesterday. I was warned, but I was caught off guard.
See, now you know how Jamal feels just about every day. Just about every day. So let's bring in the question of the day. So right. Go ahead.
Oh, that's me? All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so question of the day is based on the article. It was an article yesterday about where Linda's was introducing their automated cashier
self-check-ins.
Self-check-in. There we go. Thank you.
Self-checkout. Sorry.
Self-checkout. Right. Your back's gonna hurt today carrying this show. So and you know, I do know that um uh you had Linda's on you know, shout out to Linda as a major sponsor of the
Yes.
show. You had them on a few weeks ago
Mm-hmm.
where they were talking about you know, they briefly mentioned bringing in the self checkout stuff on, you know, to what they were doing. You had
Yeah.
Zach Mon is on there, and what's his position up there, by the way? I can't
I'm
remember.
not sure of his exact title, but he's like in charge.
Okay, he's in charge. That's good enough. Um,
Zach's in charge, yes.
so he mentioned labor shortages affecting, you know, the cost of goods.
Yeah.
He specifically mentioned the trucker shortage. He mentioned
Mm-hmm.
he then we talked a little bit more about the hospitality industry and mentioned,
Yeah.
you know, waiter shortages. And so in that whole conversation, you know, we're talking about automation, and
Yeah.
it had me thinking about, you know, globally and especially in Bermuda, like how is automation affecting us? I know we both talked about it briefly before we came on about the last time we've gone into the bank.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about I know I couldn't wait to figure out a way to not go into Belco and pay my bill, you know.
Listen, well, this is the thing. I think that Bermuda tends to operate like a village, right? Even though we're an island, we think we're like a city, but in reality, we're like a village, right? So I feel like a lot of the things that we have here, you wouldn't find in other places because they have completely gotten rid of them. So, for instance, going into the bank, I do
Mhm.
not go into the bank. If someone wants to give me cash, please send me a transfer. Please do not give me a check. I like for clients, for instance, do not give me a check. I will send you a payment link. You can transfer to me, whatever. I'm not going into the bank. So for me, I understand we have an older population, but I mean, in the next 10 to 20 years, are bank tellers even going to be a thing? Because that's something that can be automated. When we look at self checkout, for instance, when I travel, when I'm away, I love self checkout. I go
Mhm.
to Target, I go to Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, whatever. Give me self checkout any day, swipe what I need, boop, 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 done. Like for me, I love that. So I think that when we look at corporations who obviously want to save money because COVID has been a huge, economic thing, people have lost, I mean, big companies have lost so much money. When we look at being able to automate, it kind of sounds right, right?
Yeah. So there's a lot of comments popping up. I want to bring them in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a video, I watched a special last night. I love watching Vice on YouTube.
Right.
And it was a special news report. The one I watched was called The Future of Work. And they started out talking about the trucking industry and how
Right.
the trucks are now starting to become autonomous. But just watching throughout the report, I made a note of some pros and cons, and obviously some of the pros are, you know, you can work efficiently, you can work faster. There's one that speaking of COVID, one of the important ones these days is the less hands you have touching or the
Yeah.
less interaction, you know, there's a less threat of transferring a virus and
Mm-hmm.
you know, that situation. But some of the cons that they mention are, you know, what happens to, for example, the human element in some of these industries. And another part was, does automation financially benefit everybody? Because there was one stat that was brought up in the show is that even though automation has allowed us to exponentially increase our income from, you know, over the past century, like from the agricultural revolution and industrial
Right.
revolution, wages at the bottom, like very people that get paid the least in, you
Mm-hmm.
know, in these industries, their their wages haven't changed since from 60 years ago. If you
Oh,
adjust for
wow.
inflation, like their wages haven't changed. So the pie's gotten bigger, but
Mm-hmm.
does everybody feel the benefit of that pie getting bigger? You know, so when we start talking about automation here, I
Yeah.
wonder the same thing. And not, I'm just hypothetically speaking, um, if the, and this is very simple, this is a real simplification of the issue, but if if the supermarkets, they'll then bring in self check-in and they're not paying an extra cashier, for example, like does the customer feel the benefit? Now,
Right.
that might not mean that they lower prices, but it might mean that, you know, they can reallocate that labor to somewhere else. You know, I'm just thinking about it out loud.
Yeah.
We're not going to have the answers today, but
Of course. No, it's a really interesting conversation. I'd love to hear what the audience
so
has to say.
Terry says self checkout. Yeah, I think it's
in Devonshire. They
in the
have three
Devonshire
of
one. Okay.
them. Yeah, they have three.
Carla Jones says self checkout is glorious for introverts. You don't have to talk to anyone, and you can pack your groceries the way you like. Well, for me, being an introvert, I'd rather them just deliver to the house.
I mean, I like that too. However, I actually enjoy grocery shopping. So
I hate it.
I just like it because I can get what I need.
I'll order what I need. The Chica says there's also automation at the airport with immigration as well. It's a sign of the times. I haven't been
And
to the
that
airport yet.
is just honestly that automation. I mean, it's not available for everyone. It's only available for residents. But it's a sign of the times. It's really interesting.
Nachika says, I appreciate the self-service checkout. However, we still need to know how to do the basics, as once traveling to an island in Greece, there was not GPS, so we had to use our good old map skills. Good point.
Oh, Lord. That's like my nightmare.
What, using a map?
What? I don't know how to use a map. GPS forever. Like, no.
Carla Jones says automation will force governments to figure out our universal basic income. If there are no jobs available, how will people survive? And that was another. You guys should actually go watch the special report. It's a year old, so it's not like it's new. But they actually mentioned there's a good segment on there about universal basic income. Both, you know, pros and cons. You know,
we can drop the link in the comments.
Oh, we can? All right, I'll find it.
For people to watch it. Yeah.
Back to basics. Angeline Butler says back to basics can be a forgotten skill, so there needs to be a balance struck. And that's a good point as well, because so for me, I love technology and being in education. Like, I was trying to teach the importance of our students, you know, getting used to and learning how to use technology at an early age. But the other thing we have to take into account is that not every student wants to learn coding, or not every student wants to, you know, so what do we do? And this is kind of bringing into the second half of this, the follow-up question for this is, you know, what advice do you have for someone worried about being phased out of a job? So if it's somebody that is, you know, that they're a hands-on type of worker, I think that argument gets brought up really quickly, but without the consideration that you can retool and learn more about technology, and still be hands-on. So, for example, we start talking about these like robots, especially in like the Amazon warehouses and these autonomous buses and whatever. We still need people to fix this stuff.
Of course.
You know, now there may come a time where we may have robots fixing this stuff.
But for now, we need this.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it is, I just feel as people who need jobs or whatever, I feel like we should always be focused on learning, educating ourselves, improving. So like you talk about coding. I remember learning in high school how to do HTML. And when I started my business, like when I started my first website, well, when I started blogging, this is a couple of years ago, and I needed a website, I was able to like refresh those HTML skills and do what I needed to do, you know? And I mean, I learned HTML when I was like 16, 17. So this is a long time ago. However, like those skills kind of stayed, and all I had to do was a quick refresher and I was fine, you know? So I feel like we should constantly be evolving. We should be innovative. We should be constantly educating ourselves on that which we don't know, because that makes us more marketable. That gives us new skills. And ultimately, if you're worried about being phased out of a job because you have a job that, you know, can be automated, I'd absolutely encourage you to look at how you can improve your skill set. How can you learn? How can you, you know, change with the times? Because it's going to continue to change. People, for instance, like I'm in marketing, communications, etc. People used to look for a marketing manager, a PR manager, a communications. Now they want you to do it all.
They want you
to know how to write press releases. They want you to know how to do crisis comms. They want you to know how to manage social media. They want you to know how to do marketing and manage a marketing budget. Oh, and then when it comes to me, oh, you got to be a video pro too. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to have all these skill sets. You got to juggle all these balls, because that's how the world is turning. And so the better skills you have, the more marketable you are. And that's just in any industry, really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I think I have it now. All right. So we have some comments. Just about Charles Jeffers Charles Jeffers says, people have asked me what's the biggest surprise in returning home, and my answer is consistently the lack of automation when it comes to financial services. Everything from opening a bank account to paying for services such as a haircut or paying many taxes. Yep, cash is king in Bermuda. That's frustrating.
Listen, that is honestly, it drives me crazy. When I go somewhere and I have to pay cash, I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Because then I have to go to the ATM and it's like infuriating. Like, honestly, it drives me crazy. I totally get that, Charles.
I know, and somebody can, somebody more knowledgeable about this can probably correct me, but I know that because of maybe our strict laws about money laundering and all that, it's hard to kind of get a Cash App type of situation set up in Bermuda. I know it would make a lot of things easier, but I think that's been one of kind of the arguments of why we don't have that type of thing. Terry, I love talking to Terry about technology because we are so on the same level. Or she's probably, you know, I'm a little, but
because she's younger.
I swore I colored these things out.
Listen, I have a lot of grays. You just can't see them because I just like washed and styled my hair, but there's a lot.
I know, man. Terry says there are also other jobs in the IT industry. Coding is just one avenue in tech, and she's absolutely right. It actually frustrates me when we talk about using technology in education and everybody just goes straight to coding.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to know where things are going, just look up the no code movement and see what that's all about, because there's so many things being developed that coding is actually kind of not even coding's becoming automated.
Yeah, right? Of course.
It's not so much, I mean, yeah, it's not saying it's not worthwhile learning to code, but
well, these days you don't have to learn, because like I said, when I started my first website like 5 years ago, I needed to know how to do a little bit of this. Nowadays, you can hire someone to do it, or you can buy templates for a website and you never need to know how to code.
And the other thing is, a lot of times it just comes down to having a good idea. Case in point, this show.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Jamel doesn't know everything about technology or whatever, but he understood where there was a need and said, oh, you know, let's start this thing in the middle of a pandemic. And
absolutely,
you know, and now it's devolved into having me as a guest.
Hey. Do you want to go through like 2 or 3 more comments before we leave?
Soundcat Play says anyone concerned should just do, as you said, upskill themselves. Don't think that because you aren't good at math and English, that is the end all and be all. Continuous learning is the way to go. I'm doing it now after almost 20 years post-graduation. Exactly.
Absolutely.
This is, I just put the link for that video in the chat. Cherie says most government services are manual. It's
Girl.
Chica says we need a Cash App in Bermuda right quick. I agree. And Michelle White says regarding the checkouts at Lindo's Devonshire location has not, from what I saw, removed the cashier position. And he said he wasn't going to do that.
No, they have not removed cashiers.
Right. Zach did say they were not going to do that. They changed their cashier's desk and created space for all desks without losing cashiers, but made space for kiosks. It has made the 1 to 10 line more efficient. Many people since COVID appear to shop in small batches, maybe money management, and that line grows long, sometimes too long, and the person decides to stand in line where full grocery carts are. Interesting, okay?
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. And I think that the way the world is going, automation, and like Cherie said, like the fact that government does everything manually, and I say this because I've had to deal with, filing papers and all that after my dad died, and everything, like I have to go in and like sit there and manually do everything. I can't submit anything online. And it really blew my mind that in 2021, especially during a pandemic, I had to physically go into a government office. And don't talk about when offices are closed, nothing happens. I'm sorry to the government workers, but like nothing.
We're here.
Nothing was happening.
I know, man.
So it's frustrating.
It's frustrating for all of us.
It's very frustrating. Go ahead.
Last comment is this Perscolas is this one of the things that was mentioned in the show. Mm-hmm. It's a company that lets you upskill for free.
Okay.
Right? But it's well funded, and maybe that's something that we could look into bringing here in Bermuda. Let's bring in Lee.
Yes.
Hi, Lee.
Morning, guys.
I don't see the weather getting automated.
Look, I hope they don't automate news and weather. That's gonna
I just don't see how.
But no. I agree with a lot of the things that you guys have said. Michaela, like you, don't send me. I remember when my mom used to send me to Balco to go pay bills and stuff, and I was just stop. Like when I was over in, university and school, go into what and go into a bank and do what? No, everything is online, so, but obviously we do not want to phase jobs out. People still need employment to be able to get on with daily lives and whatnot. So it is one of those,
touchy situation.
I want it, but I don't want it as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, so we're going to turn it over to you in the news.
Yes, let's go. Thanks, Phil and Michaela. Good morning to all of those that are tuned in with us today. I hope everyone is having a great start to their day. I'm Leanna Lambert, and it's time for our daily hour news break. So in today's top stories, police have named the victim of a fatal road crash in the West End last week as 41-year-old Orlando Birch. Mr. Birch sadly died after his motorbike was in a collision with a bus on Somerset Road near Scour Lane in Sands at about 4:25 last Thursday. Now, police say that the investigation regarding the circumstances of this road fatality continues, and police have appealed for witnesses. Mr. Birch, who is from Ward Parish, marks the island's 9th road fatality of this year. In other news, 3-time Bermuda Half Marathon Derby winner Lamont Marshall was yesterday jailed for 6 months and banned from the roads for 5 years after the island's top magistrate blasted his drink driving record. Magistrates court heard that 36-year-old Marshall was sent to DUI court for drink driving and driving while disqualified, but he was returned to magistrates court after he left the DUI program. Now, Marshall has had 4 impaired driving convictions, one of which resulted in grievous bodily harm. Senior Magistrate Juan Wolf said, quote, "The defendant's history is simply appalling," end quote. Now, despite efforts to persuade the court to be lenient on sentencing, Mr. Wolf said there was no guarantee that Marshall would not reoffend. In addition, he fined Marshall $3,000 and ordered him to pay inside 3 months of his release from prison. Meanwhile, police are warning and reminding the public that footage of intimate encounters that involve island residents being posted on social media outlets is a punishable offense. Police highlighted that the non-consensual sharing of sexual images was an offense under legislation which was passed in June, adding that anyone convicted of offenses under the new law could be jailed for up to 5 years. Now, they say that should any member of the public receive such content, it is strongly recommended that they delete it. and not share it. And the Bermuda women's under 20 football team made a very impressive start in the CONCACAF women's under 20 qualifiers, defeating the U.S. Virgin Islands by a score of 5-0 last evening in Curacao. Now, Bermuda took the lead in the first half, and they scored, and scoring back-to-back goals, making it a 3-0 in the first half. Then Jaden Master scored 2 more goals in the second half to make it 5-0. The team's next match will be against St. Vincent and the Grenadines this Friday, September 17th at 6:30 p.m. Bermuda time. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 85 and a low near 78 degrees. Today, we'll see partly sunny skies with 1 or 2 nearby showers and an early rumble of thunder. Now, though this is becoming less likely by tomorrow, as the front fizzles, light wind gradually shifts south-southeasterly while slightly increasing. That's all for our daily hour news break. Let's head back to Phil and Michaela in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
Thank you, Lee.
It feels like a timely, facial expressions. Like, where am I? Where should I be right now? Who should be on the screen? At least you know. I'm so glad that you're getting a chance to see it, Phil, because like Jamal always says, we do not just wake up and put smiles on our faces.
We do not. We do considerably more.
I don't even want to raise my arms on this. Like, everything's sweating.
Oh gosh. Thank you, Lee.
You are welcome. I will see you guys tomorrow. Phil, thank you. It's been a pleasure for the last 2 days. Are you going to be here for the week? I mean,
girl, I need a vacation after this.
It's like, I'm done. How many more minutes? 33 minutes.
No, make sure Jamal delivers on the 3 Heineken zeros.
All right, what's that? Oh, commercial break, right?
All right, Lee, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break.
Bye, guys.
Perrier water has been renowned globally for over a century and a half. Collected from a pristine ancient mineral water spring in the south of France, originally bottled in a green pear-shaped bottle and distributed in Bermuda by John Barrett & Son Limited, Bermuda's foremost beverage distributor, refreshing Perrier water is the champagne of mineral waters. This month we're featuring a refreshing, delicious spin on the original. Peach, strawberry, watermelon, l'orange, pink grapefruit, lime, cucumber, and regular Perrier water in 500 milliliter plastic bottles. Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
All right, welcome back to the Big Show. I'm Michaela Ian. He's Phil Trott. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communication, and Linda's. Phil, what is that noise? You got a noise going.
I do?
Yeah. Okay, stopped.
Oh.
All right, let's bring in our guests for today. We have Zendaya Dale and Allison Tucker from the city of Hamilton to discuss the Taste of Bermuda drive-in experience. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Good morning.
How's everything?
It's good. Allison, I think you might be on mute.
Good morning. Yes, I
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, good morning, ladies. Welcome to the show. I guess I'll kick off the questions first. For those who don't know, what exactly is the Taste of Bermuda drive-in experience?
Yeah, so the Taste of Bermuda Drive-In Experience, it was formerly known as the City Food Festival. Then 2 years ago, it got rebranded and it was changed to Taste of Bermuda. So it's our annual food festival. Obviously, last year with COVID, we kind of had to rethink and make a decision about how we were going to do that event. So we decided to make it a drive-in. It was the safest option at the time with COVID, and we still wanted to do an event that celebrated the Bermudian culture and cuisine that we know and love. So we changed it to a drive-in format. So again, with this year, we decided, you know what, I think just given the time, we were like, it's best that we do this Taste of Bermuda drive-in experience again. So it's a food festival that combines both a drive-in movie and a drive-in food festival.
I love it.
So,
I love
yeah.
it.
So as
go ahead.
Okay. So as you enter into the space, you stay in your car, you wear a mask until you're parked. So the event's happening at Parleville Car Park, September 24th to 26th. So next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So as you enter, you stay in your vehicle again with a mask on. And as you drive through, you stick your hand out, and along the route, you get bite-sized samples of a variety of different food options. This year, we're adding a mystery tent. So there'll be a mystery food station. And then as you continue to drive in, we'll have a lot of live action food stations, and then just a ton of food for you to sample as you get in.
Perfect. So I'm just going to pause you because we have other questions. I don't want you to answer all the questions you want to answer. Let me just pause real quick. Allison's my cousin and my very good friend. So I'm so happy she's here. All right. So tell us what we can expect. So you decided to come. We're driving up. What's happening?
So again, as you drive in, it'll just be like a fun night, right? So you drive in, you kind of, take a slow drive in, you stick your hand out, there will be vendors stationed all along the route into the car park. And then once you get into the car park, we'll have a large stage, we'll have a massive screen. There'll be 2 culinary demonstrations and then 2 movies showing each night as well. So the event opens on Friday and Saturday. Doors open, so to speak, at 5:30 for a 6:30 start. And then on Sunday, doors open at 4 for a 4:30 start.
Okay, awesome. So what kind of entertainment is available? I know that we have the food. I know that we have the culinary demonstrations. What does that look like? Can you tell us who's going to be on the stage, what we can expect?
Sure, yeah. So on Friday night, which is the first night, again, doors open at 5:30 with a kickoff at 6:30. So there'll be an official welcome by our town crier. We have awesome MCs for the event. And then we also have DJ Rusty G, who will be with us all weekend.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, so if anyone saw the videos from last year, we literally had a jam session in the car with Russell. It was awesome. Lights were going, cell phones were hanging out the window. It was just an awesome, wonderful time. So at 6:30 on the Friday, we do the official welcome. And then our first culinary demonstration will be by the Take 5 group, Chef Jason Berwick. And then we'll show a movie. And the movie on Friday night is Crudes, A New Age. Following that, there'll be a little bit of a break, and then we'll have our next demo, which will be done by IRG, Chef Paolo. Following that, we'll then show Jumanji Next Level.
Okay. So fun for the whole family.
Fun for the whole family. So how we tailor it is that the first movie we tend to do as like a family kids movie. And then our second movie is an adult movie. Those tend to be PG-13 rated R. And we do kind of make that announcement throughout the night as well. And the reason for that is that we want this to be an event that everyone can enjoy. So like the first movie is for your families, for your kids. And then the second movie is for adults, date nights, girls' nights, those sorts of things.
Okay. So, Dea, do you have anything you wanted to add on that bit?
Yeah, so basically we are talking about Taste of Bermuda, and I know probably people are wondering, is this a free event or how do I get in? So basically what we have been doing for our last few events as a way to kind of support our city businesses, it'll continue in that same trend where you have to have a receipt of $25 or higher from any city restaurant or eatery between August 26th and September 26th, 24th, 25th, whenever you're coming. So if you have some receipts you save from lunch or dinner in the city or just that coffee run, gather them up. They can be more than one receipt as long as they equal that $25. And last year we collected over $40,000 in from city businesses. So we're definitely hoping to surpass that this year. So, save those receipts. You have plenty of time. And I know people, it's easy to spend $25 on food or
easy. I mean, that's like breakfast, if that,
maybe a lunch and a half, 2 lunches.
Let me check my receipts.
There's a question in the audience that I had the same question when you, Sadeo, when you just mentioned that. Nika DeShield says 25 per person or car.
So it's actually $25 per car. So if you have that
Okay.
one receipt valued at $25 per car per night. So if I'm in my car and I have my 3 people, I just need that one receipt. Or maybe you make everybody bring a receipt to contribute. I don't know how you want to do it.
Right.
So as long as it totals that $25, and then if you come the next night, you'll just need a separate set of receipts because we will be taking that receipt from you once you arrive.
Absolutely.
Okay, and Manuela John, sorry. Is there a fare for those who do not use Hamilton restaurants?
So the entry is only with receipts from restaurants in the city. As we are the city, we do want to support our businesses in the city. So it does need to be, and that's from all throughout Hamilton. That's restaurants, takeout places. It's literally everywhere that you can get a meal. Your receipt is accepted.
Don't forget Bush Street.
Exactly. Yeah. So many good, there's so many good food choices over in North Hamilton. And those are most certainly included as well.
And people always ask, because we do get a lot of questions about what is considered in the city. You'll be surprised there are a few people who name places that they're shocked aren't in the city. But there are a few that, we're happy to take those questions if you email us at events@cityhall.bm, or if you just shoot us a message on social media. We're City Life BDA on Instagram and Twitter, and City of Hamilton BDA on Facebook, or Taste of Bermuda on Facebook. So if you're unsure and you don't want to show up and have the wrong receipt, just send us a message. Just ask us, hi, does this place count? I ate at this place last night. Is this qualified or in the city?
Perfect.
And we're just happy to say yes, no,
Right.
So it's really simple, and so it doesn't hurt to double check before you come.
So does Huckleberry count? Because I ate there over the weekend and I have 2 receipts. So I can do 2 nights with my Huckleberry receipts. Yes.
You can.
That works. Perfect. So let's talk about COVID. Let's talk about COVID safety. What are you guys doing to ensure that everyone who attends feels safe? Because, we're dealing with rising cases, but at the same time, we still want to be able to live with the pandemic and have fun. And this seems to be an event where we can do both.
Yeah, so you know what? That's exactly it. So from your first point of entry, when you come with your receipt, we are asking that people do write their name, email address, phone number, and address on the back of the receipt. We use those receipts should we have to contact trace, which knock on wood, hopefully we won't have to. That's also how we'll do prize draws throughout the night based on the name of those receipts as well. So as I mentioned earlier, once you enter into the space, you do have to remain in your car, and you do have to have your masks on while you drive through, because as I mentioned, there will be food delivered to your car as you're driving through. So we ask that you stay in your car and that you wear a mask. Typically with our drive-in movies in the past, we have had a seating area for those that don't have cars or who come on bikes. But unfortunately for this experience, and just due to the health and safety, you do have to be in a vehicle.
Okay.
A lot of questions that we are getting asked are about SafeKey. So we worked really hard with government and gone back and forth to make this event as safe as possible and something that can go ahead. So SafeKeys will be required if you have to leave your car to go to the restroom. So as long as you stay in your car and you stay in your vehicle, you are not required to have a SafeKey. But if you have to get out of your car to go to the restroom, you will be required to show a SafeKey.
Okay. And let's just remind people that you might think it's silly to wear a mask while you're driving through, but if your window's down and you're getting something from people, we have to be safe. We have to remember that with the Delta variant, that can spread in 11 seconds. So if you're talking to someone for 11 seconds and you don't have on a mask, you could inadvertently be spreading COVID. So it's not silly, even though you're in your car, we have to be safe because we want to continue to have these sort of functions, right?
And that's right. And, we've put a lot of thought into this. All of the vendors and staff who are working the event will be SafeKeyed. We just ask everyone to please be compliant. We will have additional security. There will be additional staff on hand to make sure that you do stay in your cars. We want these sorts of events to continue, right? So in order for them to continue, we just ask that everyone please follow the health and safety protocols that we've mentioned. And again, you do have to stay in your car and just stay in your car and enjoy it. And I forgot to mention as well, with the culinary demonstrations, once those demonstrations are finished, we will have servers who will actually come to your car to give samples of what was just made on the culinary stage. So again, we'll ask at that point if you do put your mask back on, just because we will have staff going out into the crowd to give you to give you those samples.
Perfect. And then you mentioned like a mystery tent surprise. Can you give us any hints?
So I can't give too many hints, but basically you're going to go up to this tent and then you will get a mystery item. And you can either opt to do that mystery item or you can drive by. But there'll be something cool. So just be open mind to it, right?
Okay.
Just use those other senses and enjoy it.
Perfect. So Sadea, can you let the people know why should they come? Encourage them to come out. Why?
So last year, I will say it was a new type of experience. I mean, we had Taste of Bermuda the year before, but you know, people kind of have to wait and see with these sorts of things. It's kind of a lot of Bermuda's like, oh well, you know, I'll wait and see how it goes. So last year, people did that, and they truly missed out on a different experience to enjoy. We got so many messages. Oh, I wish I would have came. It looks so much fun. Well, this is your year to now come. You know about it. People have been coming up to me. Oh, I see Taste Bermuda's back. Like I'm definitely going to come this year because my friend went and I missed it. So don't miss out this year. That's what it is. You know, you're hearing about it now. So get those receipts saved up. Pick a night you want to go. We do encourage you to come early. Spots do fill, so those gates or those doors open at 5:30 on the Friday and Saturday, and at 4 o'clock on the Sunday. So definitely come early. Get your spot, get your samples, get all comfortable and set in. And then I think Allison mentioned the movies we had on the first night, but just to reiterate that, so we have Cruise: A New Age and Jumanji: Next Level, which is on the Friday. Then we have Raya and the Last Dragon, and then Bad Boys for Life on the Saturday, and then on Sunday we have Soul. So a variety of movies. So maybe that'll also help you pick what night you want to come, or come all 3 nights if that's what you want to do. But definitely don't miss out, because we did get a lot of messages last year like, oh, I wish I would have come. You know, and you can stay in your car for those who are feeling a little uneasy about the numbers. You know, stay in your car, wear a mask, and just keep that social distance, and you have a safe, enjoyable time at the event.
Absolutely. No, I came last year, and I should have come on the Friday and I didn't. And then I came on the Saturday, and it was so much fun. Like, and the food was great and all of it. So yeah.
And we have more food this year, so we're more excited about that as well. We have tons of vendors.
Love it. I'm greedy.
So obviously after we do these events, we always ask for, opinions and surveys of what people wanted to see different. And one of the things that we got was that people wanted to see more food, particularly on the Sunday. So just over the course of the weekend, I'll just give you a quick overview of who we have with us. So over the course of the weekend, we have the Take 5 group, we have Wacky Waffle, we have Trini Spice, we have MEF group, Ashley's Lemonade, Mix and Roll, the Pie Factory, 4-Star, BGA and Pin and Company, Amazing Rentals. So, over the course of the weekend, there's a ton of new food. And again, it's all these foods that you can find in Bermuda and foods that we know and love.
Absolutely. Phil, you want to pull up some audience comments, questions?
Some of these audience comments. Karen Simmons says Taste of Bermuda was fantastic last year. Went all 3 days last year, 2020, and can't wait to go again this year. Entertainment, music, and movies. Food was great. Love the drive-in format.
Oh, we love to hear that.
Yeah.
Poor Lita says she's got her receipts ready.
Yeah.
Well done. Teresa and Marie says a big hit last time, but how will people handle this stifling heat? Perhaps sell handheld mini fans at the door. If I'm coming, my AC is staying on.
Listen, the car will just be running.
But I feel like it's always strange, because sometimes I feel like last year we had some cooler nights around that time, and then later in October. So it's always, I feel like, a little bit of a hit or miss. Like you can get some cooler days, and sometimes it's really hot. So. But we'll definitely keep an eye out on that. So we'll make sure we're prepared with some fans if possible.
Now, Sadea, I'm gonna drop this comment in here, and you're gonna have to explain it.
Okay.
Dexter Smith says, "I must disclose my bias. Massive fan of Miss Sadea Deal from outrageously good stock. Incredibly proud. Continue to good work, lady."
Well, thank you, Dexter.
Oh, that's nice.
And Allison, you let something slip. You called Rusty Russell.
She sure did.
And we know why you called Rusty, because that you guys used to work together, right?
I did. I thought I did.
You definitely called him Russell.
You called him Russell.
Oh man, huge.
It's staying on YouTube. YouTube is forever. Okay, so
Oh
You're gonna have
man.
to explain that to him next time you see him.
Listen, I come out for Rusty G. I tell people all the time, everywhere I go, I love Rusty G. I will go to all his parties, all his events, book him for mine, like Rusty G for life.
So we got good food and good music.
Yes.
Should be a good night out. I'm gonna try and make it. So if I come 5:30, right? You said doors open. Bedtime for my son is between 7:30 and 8:30.
He's gonna have to sleep in the car seat.
I can leave if I need to, right? I'm not gonna be stuck in there.
No, you're
not
absolutely
holding anyone hostage.
You're not stuck.
You are free to go as you please.
I guess that you're gonna have it because you're gonna
if they have to go to the bathroom,
have to go to the bathroom.
Well, we're encouraging you to stay the whole time, but we understand, especially there's going to be some turnover for the movies, especially. So, if people would like to exit after the first movie because they have kids, and the next movie may be rated something that they're not comfortable with their kids there, then definitely we'll have that period of time where Allison mentioned a slight break, or there'll be time for people to exit, and more people will, we predict that more people will come for the second showing as well. So you'll definitely have that turnover time period.
Okay.
Yes, but at the same time, like I regretted not coming earlier, because then I had to park way over the side and like I couldn't really see the things. So yeah, I'll be coming early.
And we encourage that because as today I mentioned, or she might not have, but once the car park fills up, it is full, right? So we do have the limited amount of bays that are in there. And then, so we just encourage you to come early, and entry is via Queen Street. So just kind of putting that out there. So you come up Queen Street and then you make the left and go to church.
Left.
Yeah, I see me, I'm like left.
I'm trying to visualize
to go to church. So there's no entry from the Bermudiana or Wesley Street side. The entry truly is up Queen Street and into that, and from up Queen Street, then you make the left into church. We'll have, they'll be fully staffed along the way. Again, entry is a receipt valued at $25 or more from any city restaurant or eatery. And you must have a physical copy. We're not accepting, we've had questions about, can I have it on my cell phone? No, it has to be a physical receipt. We use that for contact tracing should we have to, as well as that's how you get into the prize draw for raffles throughout the night.
Who gives? So you can get receipts. We were just talking about automation.
Yes, you can get receipts.
You can get receipts to your phone. I think it's a few places.
It's a few places, and I think it's like for those who have with Sargasso and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we, you do have to have a physical copy of the receipt for obviously.
So you guys,
if you order online at some, I've actually shopped online at some stores in the city now. But when you go to pick up, if you ask, you can actually request a physical receipt for pickup. So they'll put it in your bag. So those of you who do maybe online shop quite a bit, just request that receipt, or print it.
Or you can print it. Yeah.
Okay, so right. Good point.
Absolutely. So let's talk about prizes. What are the prizes?
So there's a lot of cool prizes. There's weekend stays, there's gift vouchers, there's dinner vouchers, there's mini appliances. There's a ton of things throughout the night. Don't want to give too much away, but because we do want people to come. But there's a lot of great prizes from a lot of our, sponsors and support that we have for this event.
I love it. Hi, Karen.
Oh, hi, Karen.
One more question. Karen Simmons says, will there be a second screen for the cars parked closer to Queens Park?
So we will not have the second screen. We do have the one screen this year, but it will be angled in the position that it should be seen by everybody. But again, we do encourage you to get there earlier so that you can get the prime spot that you would like.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys mentioned that you collect all these receipts, right?
Yeah.
And, do you use that for any type of data collection, just to see how much money is being spent?
Yeah. So that's how we calculated that we had received over 40,000 in revenue.
So we add up all those numbers, and that's how we determined that. So that's how we're hoping to pass that this year. So we collect them in a big box. We do the raffle draw, but then we keep those and we collect it. Your information, once again, will only be used for contact tracing and nothing else. So just to put people at ease with that one.
Perfect. So just remind everyone again where everyone can find out information for this event.
Yep. So our website is always a first good option. That's www.cityofhamilton.bm. We have an event section where we will have all the Taste Bermuda information. We update it regularly as things occur. So we just released the vendors last week, so that's also been updated. Any information about Safe Key or health and safety is on there. And then we also have our social media. So on Facebook, you can either visit City of Hamilton BDA, or we also have a Taste of Bermuda Facebook page that has all of the information. They also have the events there, so you can tick off if you're going or interested, and then get the notifications sent to you for that. And then we also have Twitter and Instagram, City Life BDA. So you can just check out any of our social media. Send us a message if you have a quick question. Send us an email at events@cityhall.bm if you have a longer question, or if that's just easier for you. Or you can always give us a call at 295-1234. So you can just give us a call and ask for the events department, and we'll also be happy to help you and assist with those questions that you may have leading up to the event.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm so looking forward to this. So I will definitely be there. Not sure what nights, but I will definitely be there. I'm going to make sure that I save my receipts.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I have enough receipts anyway. I need to go find them.
But it has to be between August 26th and September.
It's between.
You got receipts. All right. Yeah. Bang. So we will see you there.
I'm going to try to be there.
We look forward to it, and thank you for having us.
Of course.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we got to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the Daily Play.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
All right, and now it is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol. Phil, you ready?
Yes, I think I am.
You should be asking me if I'm ready, but I'm asking you if you're ready.
Well, I don't even know if I'm ready, but okay. I think I'm ready.
All right.
So this one is a remember when, right?
Yes.
And the purpose of the remember when is to figure out when something happened.
Correct.
So the question is,
and
I know this is the audience is probably going to get this one. So
okay.
You know, but it's about the Bermuda Union of Teachers.
Okay.
What year, if extra points if you can give the date, but what year did they have their first meeting?
I don't know, 1995?
Nope.
Am I way off?
Way off.
This is a very focused question for a certain segment of people. So I don't like this question.
They tell me you were good.
It's supposed to be broad general knowledge, not like
you were good.
Union, B-U-T. No one knows this except a teacher.
They tell me you were good.
2000.
No.
Way off, close.
Terry got it.
She Googled it. That's why.
Oh, hey.
I can't Google. That's cheating. No, this was a terrible question.
It was terrible. That's a terrible question.
Nobody else had even put in the answer.
Look. Another one that's correct. She was off by a year. People in there. People trying.
That's because people Googling.
So you can Google.
I can't Google that.
Not saying that you could Google.
It's supposed to be broad knowledge.
I figured it's broad knowledge, and if it's not, the more you know. Ding, ding, ding.
The more I know. Okay, so now I know that the BUT first met in 1919.
So the reason I thought it was you might get it is because they just had their centennial 2 years ago.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a lot that's happened in the last 2 years, namely a pandemic.
Hey.
So, anything prior to like February 2020, don't remember.
The more you know. Look, man, it's amateur hour.
It is not amateur hour.
Well, on this side of the screen, so we'll work on a better question for next time. I had a Family Feud lined up, but you told me that was Friday.
Yes, I mean, maybe I should have just let you do it, because then maybe I would have got a better question.
So we got a couple minutes.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the Met Gala?
Ooh, I love the Met Gala. Like, I could talk Met Gala all day. I have not looked at all. I have not looked at all the fashions. I have gone through and seen quite a number of the fashions. So the theme of the Met Gala this year was "In America, a Lexicon of Fashion." And so it's just interesting to see the different interpretations, because for me, the Met Gala is all about OTT. It's going over the top. It's wearing something you can't wear on any other red carpet. It's really just showing up and like blowing it out the water. And I just get so frustrated when so many celebrities just wear normal red carpet dresses. And like the guys, they'll just wear normal tuxedos. And I'm just like, come on, you have one night where you can like blow it out the water and wear something insane and fit to a theme, and then you don't. And then it just disappoints me. What about you?
I don't know. I look at it as, as a pop culture thing, and I do look and see like, what the theme is for this year and see how everybody. I kind of feel like, would I have to wear something outlandish? Like,
I mean, you should. Or you could pull like an ASAP Rocky and wear like a big old blanket over like, I don't know. It was like a crochet type blanket looking thing, like a duvet.
I saw a comment on Twitter. Somebody said, "This is me going to the refrigerator at 12 o'clock in the morning."
But the thing is, he had a look under it. And so I just feel like a lot of men just phone it in. And so I appreciate, like, I know a lot of people aren't really into Lil Nas X because he's like extra and he's very, very black boy joy. I'm not mad at it. However, he had looks. Like, he came through with 3 looks, and like I love that.
Henry VIII dress C-3PO.
Oh my God! At least he came out with something creative and didn't just wear a black tuxedo. Like, boring.
Hey,
boring. So, what are your thoughts on the show? Automation, all that good stuff.
I'm about to automate a nap after this. This is work.
It's work. It's good work, though. We love it.
It is good work. It was fun. I gotta say, Jamal, welcome back to the show tomorrow. Trust me. I'm sure everybody misses you. I'm gonna try and enjoy the rest of my vacation from this extra work. Like, this is up late studying, and that also want to just say, thanks for everybody in the comments and everybody watching that, supported my first 2 days on the job. If you want to donate a case of Heineken Zeros, I'll let you know where you can send them.
Listen, no, you were fantastic. It was such a pleasure having you on the show. I'm more than grateful that you said yes to the challenge, because it's a challenge, It
is a challenge.
So, yeah. No, but
Speaking
I love
of challenges.
Go ahead.
Daily inspiration.
I got it.
That was a terrible segue, but anyway.
It wasn't terrible. All right. Ready? This is so good for you, too.
Okay.
The moment you're ready to quit is usually the moment right before a miracle happens. Don't give up.
I'm going to tell you why that means something off the air, though.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure that if you want to go to the Taste of Bermuda, you head over to the city's website, their Instagram, their Twitter. Make sure you get your receipt, save your receipt so you can go. I went last year. It was so much fun. I ate so much. I plan to be eating again. I think I'll go all 3 nights, and I will just enjoy the food, because that's what I love. I'll enjoy Rusty G and his wonderful entertainment as always. Russell. I feel like he's gonna like give me a spoon.
It's gonna, yeah. There's a message coming.
But I didn't say Russell. You said Russell. Allison, I call him
Russell,
Rusty.
so I figured it was okay for us all to say Russell.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, and Lindos, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again tomorrow, and Jamel should be back with us tomorrow. I'm Michaela Ian. He is Philip Trott. Have a great day. Deuces, y'all.